Okay, so I am back. I know that it is very late in the week, but I'm here, aren't I? Firstly, I could have shot this earlier, but I was just so over it. After watching this episode, I was like, listen, this season need for hurry up and finish. Like, I've been saying this, but they've just drawn it on, and at this point stuff are just so predictable and it's boring at this point. There's no wow factor, no nothing. So I watched UK's Drag Race. You know what I realized after watching UK Drag Race is that this competition is RuPaul's Drag Race at the end of the day. So RuPaul will choose whoever the fuck he wants to choose. And you see, before each lip sync starts, whenever RuPaul says, I've consulted with the judges, but the final decision is mine, the final decision is his. And UK Drag Race just solidified that for me, because the person that was supposed to win, that had the track record to win, that everybody prepped up to win, did not win. And the person that I didn't expect to win fucking won, just because RuPaul liked this person. So let's just jump into this week's episode. The top four is Rosie, Gottmik, Simone, and Candy. They walk in after Olivia's elimination and they tally their wins. Simone has the most wins. Gottmik and Rosie, they mentioned that they've never lip synced. Candy mentioned that she's lip synced 3 or 4 times, but the same way that she has fought to be here, she's going to fight to be in the finale. Next day in the workroom, there's no mini challenge, and the usual challenge for the top 4 is the girls get to write lyrics and do a performance for one of RuPaul's songs. The song for this season is a new song and it's called Lucky. Now the girls are writing their lyrics and they're keying. Candy's a bit nervous because she said every time there's a group performance, she ends up in the bottom. Another staple for the top 4 is like a podcast, one-on-one type of interview thing with RuPaul and Michelle. So because this season was so long and drawn out, when the girls were talking to RuPaul and Michelle, like, they did not say anything that I did not hear before. Whether I heard it in the workroom or in the confessionals, like, there was nothing new. Okay, so the first girl to talk to RuPaul and Michelle was Gottmik. She spoke about her fashion and being trans, and Michelle came up with a nickname, Baby Gottmik. I think that name was so cute and so fitting. And Gottmik told us that she got her name, her boy name, Kaden, from a porn star. Actually, RuPaul said that, you know, that's a porn star name, right? And Gottmik was just like, ah, you got me. So that was something new that we found out. Rosie was next, and she spoke about her drag journey and her being a theater baby. We already knew all of this, and she said that she wants to take Rosie to Broadway. Candy spoke about her name and everything that she has already spoken about in the confessionals. When Simone came on, Michelle asked her, why is your skin so nice and shiny? And Simone said all she uses is baby oil, and RuPaul is just like, oh, I hate you. Simone's interview, for me at least, was the best because they were having like heart-to-heart conversations, and I think RuPaul sees himself in Simone because he was explaining some things to her about herself and her inner saboteur and blah blah blah, and it really clicked for Simone, and I liked that. You know what I'm saying? Now it is time for dance rehearsals with Jamal Sims, and it went exactly how we expected it to go. You see, because we've seen these girls dance like 3-4 times already, we already know what they're capable of. So Jamal gave Simone like this sexy dancing thing. At first she was struggling, and then she kind of got it. Gottmik, she can't dance. Candy was alright, and Rosie, as usual, she killed it. You know what I'm saying? But Rose had like this rap section, and Jamal was trying to give her a dance with, you know, some flavor, and Rose was a hot goddamn mess. That's all I can say. But other than that flavoring dance section, Rose was pretty perfect. We expect this at this point in time. So the girls are back in the workroom for the last time, and they're talking about first impressions, blah blah blah. I really don't want to get into it because I didn't care for it. I already know what these girls think of each other. So what we're going to do is get into the performances and the lyrics, and then we're going to do, you know, the runways and whatever. Gottmik was first, and she really surprised me. Okay, she wasn't really doing all of the dancing and the booty popping and whatever, and to be honest, the song didn't require much. The song was more like face face face, you know. Gottmik's lyrics were golden. The way that she performed it, it was flawless. She was, you know, I really enjoyed it. In my eyes, Gottmik has been doing this for so long. Like, she's just being consistent in what she's doing. And when she came out with that lyrics and that performance, it was like this for me. Like, she just got up another level. For Candy, I didn't understand half of what she had to freaking say, as usual. I did pull it up a few times and I heard like a few words, but there was just certain things that I was just not hearing. I mean, I could have went on YouTube and put on a closed caption, but I chose not to because why bother? Her lyrics were basic. She didn't wow me at all. She did look good though. I'm gonna give her that. She looked nice, but that was it. The lyrics were just like meh. Rose was the next girl that surprised me. She blew me out of the water. She looks good. We expect that. We expect her to sing and sing her ass off because Rose can sing. But what I did not expect was that little rap piece at the end, and it wasn't even just like a regular rap. She was fast rapping and she killed that fucking shit. The rap piece was like so unexpected and it was so good, and like my face just lit up when she was singing it, and I'm just like, you go girl. Rose took the crown that night. Her performance was top freaking notch. Simone, being the final girl, she looked good. She looked really good, but she was very disappointing. I did not like the way the lyrics were presented. Simone has this thing where she does this like drawl, and she started off that way, and I thought that it was gonna just be 2 lines of her drawing her words, but it kind of turned into about 4 or 5 lines when she had like 6 lines to complete. So it was like not good. I didn't like how it sounded. I didn't even like her lyrics, to be honest. It was, did I use the word disappointing already? I'm gonna use it again. It was disappointing. As it relates to the overall performance, I really liked how it was edited. Like, there were words coming out and then this huge ass lucky sign, and I liked the song as well. It was a bop, but the lighting did not work for most of the girls. I was losing faces. Simone's performance was really dark. I understand that they had the lighting the way they had it because they wanted each room to be like a different color, but it was just not working out for everybody. And that was like really off, and I didn't enjoy that part about it, but everything else was pretty good. Now it's time for the runway, and the category is drag excellence. Now Ru walked down the runway and she looked cute. Not my favorite outfit, but it is what it is. Gottmik's look was good, but it was confusing to me. Like, I was trying to get it, but I didn't get it. It was artsy, which I'm expecting from Gottmik, but somehow I expected way more. I expected maybe jewels and gems and sleeves and, you know, a black and white spotted dress with black and white makeup. I mean, she looked good, but for the category, like the last time we're seeing you on the runway, no. Candy missed the assignment by a mile. And you see, when the girls were lined up on the stage, you could clearly see that someone did not fit, and that someone was Candy. Mind you, she looked good, she looked really nice, but not for drag excellence. And I'm not saying that Candy needs to walk out in like a long flowing gown, but you know, what is this? I'm expecting the last runway to have like a certain growth, a certain elevation. I want it to be all the way up here, and Candy's look was like right here. It was just not working for me. Drag excellence, this is not. The next girl that came out was Rosie. Rosie did look good. I liked the dress, but let me talk about what I didn't like. That brown belt was a no. That white fur purse just did not match with anything, and those black lace sequin gloves, it was a no from me. Now, I think that the purse was definitely not needed at all. Like, get rid of the fucking purse. As it relates to the gloves, it should have been a color from the dress. So it could have been a burgundy, which would have been very lovely. It could have been a green, but I'm guessing she wore the black to match her black shoes. But you're wearing a brown belt. Like, I think if she was going the black way, she should have worn a black belt to match the black gloves to match her black shoes. There was something that I didn't like about the wig as well. It either needed to be bigger or smaller, because the size that it was big, but not big enough for a drag queen, if that makes any sense. Like, the top of her wig was so flat, and right here was so big. So I love the length of the wig, I love the color, but I think she should have either put some more at the top, so it was like bigger up here as opposed to looking that flat, or she should have taken out some from the sides, so it could have been like, came in a little bit more, at least in my opinion. Simone did the damn thing. She did the assignment, she gets an A+. Now that little purple blue dress that she came walking down in, mwah, lovely. Them sleeves was everything on a bag of chips, and when she was turning and just fluffed the sleeves out, I was just like, oh lord. I just loved the split in the center of the dress, because when she was walking down the runway, you could see like one leg at a time, and it was just so sexy to me. I know fair body well ironed down, so everything about Simone was just right. It was on point. Ticky ticky ticky. We get to the critique part of things, and I really don't like when they get to the final four and it's just like positivity, rainbow, roses, blah blah blah. Like, give it to me straight like true Jews. Everybody's just talking about what they like. It's a celebration, you're here, blah blah blah. When some people fucked up, and you kind of need to talk about that, and I would like to hear about that, but they don't do that when it comes to the final four. The baby pictures were flipped out, and the question is asked, what would you tell your younger self? All of the girls had good responses, especially Rosie. Like, Rosie can fucking talk. Simone got really emotional on stage. Like, there were tears. The lip sync section was some bullshit. Like, all of the girls had to lip sync, but they had to lip sync separately on the stage. I'm like, what? Quite frankly, Simone and Candy should have been bottom 2, and then Candy should have got home and them have a top 3, but we're not going to talk about how fucked up this season is anymore now, are we? So the lip sync song was I Learned From the Best by Whitney Houston, but it was the club version. I didn't really like Gottmik's lip sync. I don't think she really felt the song. Rosie was so good and she did the goddamn thing. Candy needs to realize that not every song is like a boom boom cat, like, you know, legs, reveal, blah blah blah. She ripped off her skirt section and then she showed her under whatever was underneath that. And in a regular lip sync, I would not mind it, but this song did not call for that. That's one. And two, it's the last performance, so it definitely did not call for that. Like it was just too fucking much. And like she did this kick thing, it was all over the place. Simone was very good in her lip sync. She gave emotions, but then again, like, Simone is black as a black, black, black. I did not expect her to fuck up a Whitney Houston song, okay? At the end of the lip syncs, RuPaul calls the girl's name. Gottmik, she steps forward. Candy, she steps forward. Rose, she steps forward. And everybody's holding their breath because they're thinking, wait, is RuPaul not going to say Simone's name? I knew that RuPaul was going to say fucking Simone's name. So he says Simone. Simone steps forward and it's a top 4. Oh my god. Why is there a top 4? Anyways, as it relates to Untucked, I did not watch it. I felt as if I was already watching Untucked when the girls were doing that get ready with me part of things. They are going to have the reunion, and then next week is going to be the finals, and I really can't wait. Am I going to review the reunion? I don't know. I'm going to watch it, and if I feel anything happens that's worthy of me talking about, I shall. But I don't know, like I don't know, like I'm not enthusiastic about this season anymore. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Leave your opinions down below in the comment section, and until next time, bye. Oh no, I almost forgot. Remember to be a beautiful soul, not just a gorgeous face. All right, bye now. For share, run